I think we're live. We're live, everyone. Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this February 29th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you're in the world. I'm starting a great day myself. And we are joined by 5 Texas people, or no, 3.
Yeah, good job counting, buddy.
Where the fuck did you get the number
Listen,
5?
There's only 4 of us in the call, dude. You couldn't even
5 people in chat.
Oh my god! All right, go ahead and introduce Real Texan Politics.
Yeah, Real Texan Politics is here. Tyrone and Mr. Yay.
I'm getting hammered tonight.
So yeah, I decided, okay, there's so many primaries going on in Texas that, you know what, I had to bring in the experts of the state. So, yeah, I brought in the 3 people I knew from Texas.
He brought the experts in, 2 alcoholics and an autist. The funny thing is, either 3 of us.
I was gonna say, which one's which, dude? Who's who here?
That's the point. Oh, man. Now, before we continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel. Like Tyrone says, just $1 a month, folks. Alright, and of course, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way to send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, I'll try to read through as much of chat as possible, but yeah, I'll try to read through the super chats right away. None of these candidates for 5. Please let there be like 10 Texans again like that one stream. Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, hey Tyrone, I have a quick question. What kind of whiskey do you drink primarily?
I usually just drink like 40% straight.
Okay, that's cool. I'm about the same way. I think mine's at 86 proof.
What a great start talking about whiskey.
Listen, we're from Texas. It's a pastime, all right.
I know. Forgot to do that. All right. So what?
Do you think? Actually, hold on. Give me a moment.
Oh, he just leaves.
There he goes. All right.
Well, we lost him. F's the chat for Tyrone. But okay, so tonight we're gonna focus on all the Texas stuff. Start the presidential race, the Senate race, work our way down to the state legislature because we have a lot of primaries.
I joined on my computer.
Oh, so yeah, we have a lot of primaries in Texas next Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
And quite frankly, there's so much to talk about. So yeah, we only have one stream for this. I decided, you know what? There's so much shit happening in Texas. We have to save Texas for its own stream. All right. So should we talk about the presidential stuff and get that out of the way right off the bat?
Trump by 60 next.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Hitler would be a registered Democrat?
Oh my.
Yes.
Anyway, it's gonna be I think
Democrats are the real racists.
This is true. This is true. I'm gonna go with Trump. Trump by 60. Nimrata has not campaigned or spent hardly anything, and the polling right now.
Yeah, it's Trump plus 7.
Yeah, it's not good.
Total, he did one rally in Dallas and one rally in Houston, and that was it.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way a state with a restaurant called Trump Burger isn't going for Trump by a large amount.
Yeah, so I think Trump's gonna win the state by 60, 70 points. You know, the problem with like Haley's campaign is just it's Texas. I mean, what do you expect?
We have quite the primary electorate outside of the DFW area.
Yeah, so I think Haley lose by 60, and it's winner take all. So he gets all the delegates in the state. So yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't matter how much he wins it by at that point. He can win it by fucking 1 point. He's not obviously he's gonna win it by like unheard of margins, but like, you know.
Texas is like the state that didn't really like Trump to begin with, but then went for Trump by a fucking large amount.
All right, so
honestly
what do you guys think about oh, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say I don't even think Haley even wins a county, like not even Travis at this point.
Well, the problem with that is there are so many small counties. I'm sure there's one that has like 50 voters that she might be able to pick off, but any population center, like she's not winning Travis. She's not winning Hayes. She's probably not even winning Dallas, Bear, Harris, nothing like that. These counties, especially like, because Trump does very well with the Hispanic voters. Like even back in 2016, he won Zapata, Webb, Hudspeth, Terrell. I guess Aransas isn't really that Hispanic, but like he does surprisingly well with Hispanic Republicans.
Donald Trump does well with Republic. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Also, for some reason, Zavala County had 0 Republican votes in 2016. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like,
She may win
Even-
one county.
See,
Like
even
five
the
people.
even the Texas population centers really are not that establishment. I mean, I guess Bend or Travis are kind of shitty, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I
so I
hate
think
Bend.
overall we just agree that Trump's gonna win by so much it's not even. What's the
I'm
point of
gonna
talking about it?
use-
I gotta mention it because technically it's a Texas stream and Texas is the presidential stuff. But Haley, she may not even crack 20%. That's how bad it is right now. I mean, what would happen if she doesn't crack 15%?
I don't know because she's
Oh.
supposed to be like from the South, Southern Indian
Well, I
woman.
mean-
She's supposed to do
I
very
mean-
well.
I mean, she's from the north. She's from northern Punjab,
Oh, good lord.
which is like northern
Exactly.
India.
She's from northern India, yeah.
All right, so okay, that's out of the way. Screw that. All right, we know that Trump's gonna win Texas by a lot. Now, I want to touch upon the Democrat primary for the Senate race because
No, I think you're discounting Asa Hutchinson. He's a very popular governor from a border state.
surely he gets one vote or something. All right, so
The border of what? What fucking border does Arkansas share?
Mexico.
oh my.
That is true. It is pretty. No, it does touch Texas. That's very true.
All right, so I honestly don't know enough about this Senate race to say anything. So go off, say something.
Wow,
I mean,
Roland
like,
Gutierrez has the endorsement of Ramon Ayala. Such a big endorsement there.
Who?
This Mexican norteño musician.
Oh yeah, he's gonna win by 30 at this point. It's over for Cruz.
That's so true. Yeah, dictator margins in the
we have-
RGV.
We have any polling? Oh, we do. Allred has a pretty heavy lead, but the most recent poll that came out like a couple weeks ago has Allred up by 15, which is his weakest performance so far.
So okay,
I don't
it's
think
runoffs,
my-
right, in Texas?
There are runoffs under
Yeah.
50%. Yes.
yeah.
And it's gonna
don't
be
believe it.
Allred versus Gutierrez. I mean, that's nobody else is even cracking 10%.
Yeah, I just
The
saw
only-
these
I mean-
candidates. Oh, sorry.
I doubt it even goes to a runoff. I mean, Allred probably gets barely above 50. Oddly enough, Beto has not made an endorsement yet, so I wonder if that's keeping some Democrats from
no,
deciding.
he's too busy being a real he's too busy being a real Mexican Irishman out in fucking Chicago.
This is true. Allred has spent $8.2 million. Gutierrez has spent
Primary.
$750,000.
As far as my county
Um,
map prediction goes, I don't think it's really changed since I first predicted it. I think it was like Allred basically sweeps most of the state except for like South Texas and maybe Bear, and that's it.
I just realized. So on the Republican side, some guy named Rufus is running. Hold up.
Nice.
Is it-
Give
is this
me a
Bill
second.
Rufus?
I'm gonna pull up. Are you familiar with the 2020 Texas Senate Democratic map?
Yeah, it's like 20 ways, isn't it? Or something.
Let me.
crazy?
I will send it to you. Give me a second.
Garrett Vanderkar for 5. Hey, Rap. Trump had a great showing in Michigan. If Trump ends up winning by 3 to 5 points, would that be enough to carry the Senate? Yeah, I think he wins the Senate seat at that point.
Check.
What is that?
That is round 1 of the 2020 Texas Senate Democrat primary.
I'm not gonna show that in stream because somebody may like.
No, post it. No, that they have to see this.
Oh, good
I do
lord.
enjoy epilepsy warnings.
Like, okay, the results was okay in terms of percentage: 22, 14, 13, 10, 10, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, no candidate cracked
Bro, what kind of
25%.
What kind of University of Texas like elite speak did you just say?
Epilepsy warning, everyone. What is this? What is this?
Texas Democrats, especially in the Panhandle, don't know how to vote. I guess.
Well, because there's like what 5 of them.
Yeah, there's 5 of them in each county. They're
Yeah,
like,
they basically win 100% of the vote in each county because you only get one Democrat in each county voting.
There are several counties in northern Texas that
I
every
didn't
single.
know that there were several counties in northern Texas.
I'm gonna kill you. There are several counties in northern Texas where there are literally 0 Democrat votes in any primary ever. Like,
bro.
there was one where Obama got 0, Clinton got. I think Clinton actually got like 1 or 2, but it's either
I'm
King or.
I'm going to answer some normal chat questions real quick. Let's see. We know Allred will win the primary. What about Cruz? Yes,
Yeah,
obviously.
he's going against Rufus. I don't think he's going to lose. None of these
Rufus
candidates-
is a pretty strong candidate.
Real.
What can I say?
None of these candidates
Allred
are
has
5.
the-
It does border Texas, I know, because I live a 5-minute drive from Arkansas. Yeah, it does border Texas, I thought.
Yeah, it borders Mexico pretty much. Wait, why
Allred
has
has
Ted
the-
Cruz already spent $40 million?
Yeah, I just realized that. What the hell? 40 million?
Is he? I guess he's just
Allred
campaigning
has
for the
the-
general already, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Why would he
here's another
spend
one. Allred
40
has the
million?
big Olivia Giuliana endorsement.
The
See, who hasn't? Let's see who's endorsed Ted Cruz so far.
Olivia
Norm
Giuliana-
Coleman. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
He has also endorsed Bernie Moreno, which is funny to me.
What? Norm Coleman. This is a guy that quote unquote lost, right?
That was who's the fucker who sues Republican states for having like fair maps and makes them
Mark
Democrat
Elias.
gerrymander? Mark
Elias.
Elias.
Yeah,
That was
the
one of his
Democrat
first
candidate.
major cases. Was literally overturning an election that Norm Coleman had won.
Of course.
He was involved in that. He allegedly, according to the results, lost by like a couple hundred votes out of like what was it, like almost 2 million, and hang on, let me see what it was. Yeah, it was 311 votes out of 2.9 million.
Jeez.
Oh, that was against Al Franken, was it?
That was
Yeah.
Al Franken. Yes,
Oh yeah.
he
Okay.
lost
Candace
because
Pert-
9,000 people voted for the Constitution Party.
Of course.
Candace Gertrude Flynn says, "Will Sheila Jackson Lee lose her primary?" I think we'll get to that soon.
Yeah, so we'll get to the House stuff in a second, but why does Ted Cruz spend 40 million? Now, can someone look this up? Why?
I often wake up. Actually, you know what?
I mean,
don't.
I know
But
he's a
I-
fundraising machine, but like
40 million.
You know, I too wake up and ask myself, why does Ted Cruz spend 40 million? This is like
Rufus,
one of
Rufus
this
Lopez
is
pulling at 3%.
Oh yeah, Rufus Lopez a 3.
a
Let's go,
question of
Rufus.
all times.
Yeah, I guess he's just like he's already campaigning for the general election just because
That has
you know.
to be.
Well, he's at 80. He's gonna get like 85% of the vote in the primary.
Oh yeah.
90%, and his opponent is the definition of mid. Like Colin Allred has to be like the most generic Democrat ever, and he's got no moderate positions to even make him stand
Yeah,
out.
didn't
That
he
would
say
like
he
make
wanted
the
to
race
ban
competitive.
guns or something?
He said that the existence of the Second Amendment was a disgrace and should have never happened.
Good idea to say that in Texas. That's a very
Yeah, yeah.
electable position.
Let's
Go ahead and
see.
say that in
Someone
Texas.
brought up the Nacogdoches selection. Well, I'm sure
Ah.
I would find
We
out.
have to discuss Nacogdoches Precinct 34 election.
Okay, should we segue to that real quick before we get to
Yeah,
the
let's
actual...
talk about it. Our
I don't know
great
what's
friend
going on.
Ryan Cook from Nacogdoches, Texas. He didn't hit mainstream news, but he hit like several actual news sites for
Please lose.
sending certain messages to certain people of a certain age demographic that would not be appropriate for somebody to do.
Even in Texas, what?
Fuck you.
Shut your fucking mouth, you.
You-
damn Yankee.
Yeah, you fucking Wisconsinite. you little-
But yeah, so okay, that race, I don't care who wins, just freaking anybody but Ryan Cook, please.
He has one opponent. It's like some random like 70-year-old white woman.
Please win.
There's a parody account of her on Twitter, by the way.
I think the crazy part is you guys know the phrase like no press is bad press. I'm scared he's gonna win just because they know who he is.
Oh,
I really hope
no.
that's not the
if
case.
If he wins because of that.
Because of the allegations, people were like, "Oh man, I should probably take a look at this race. Oh, I recognize that name. I'm gonna vote for that guy.
I'm gonna vote for the. I'm gonna vote for
I
the
mean,
child.
does this kind of
molester.
news even?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for the guy that groomed children on Twitter.
If he wins because of that, I'm gonna freaking
Could have just said, I'm gonna vote for the Twitter user, and it would have been the same.
I'm gonna vote for the Twitter user.
I'm gonna vote for the Twitter user. I'm on Twitter, so you can vote for me. Oh my! If
Yeah.
that happens, where he actually pulls that off, I mean, there's no way the Texas GOP allows him to stay. There's no way. They would throw him out right away, right?
I don't even know. Like, what's the process for impeaching a precinct
It's
chair
not
from
I think they
Nacogdoches?
just kick it out.
I
It's a
think,
simple vote.
like, I don't even think most of the GOP in Texas even know like who any of these people are.
It got mainstream when George Santos got
Yeah,
involved.
Okay.
freaking George
Okay.
Santos carried us. That was so good. Dems will vote for Ryan Cook to beat him later. Well, no,
Best
that's not how that works. It's a separate thing. It's for the Republican Party, right?
Colton Lane says, "How the hell could Kinzinger run for Senate in Texas?"
Yeah, so
Well,
Kinzinger's a declined candidate. What the hell?
well, he lives in Texas now. He lives in the Woodlands.
Yeah, he moved to Texas. The Woodlands. God, why the fuck do they always have to ruin the Houston area? Go somewhere else, dude. Go to Austin. Go to Austin. They match your views better.
Okay, here's the thing. Well, first off, Woodlands is represented by Dan Crenshaw. They're friends. Second
That's
off,
why.
I'm guessing he has a massive hatred towards Ted Cruz. I'm guessing he's moved there specifically to try to turn Texas blue and to let Colin Allred. He's going to endorse Colin Allred, by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
No
What to
doubt
say?
about it.
Yeah, like I love Conroe. I love the Woodlands. But like Montgomery County is one of the best places in the entire country. It's very rich. It's very based. So why does Kissinger have to go there? Like, go to fucking Travis, dude. Like they probably align closer with your views than 70% Republican exurb like giant Montgomery.
That precinct's like 70% Democrat. Yeah, his precinct's like, of course, Ryan Cook's precinct's like majority down. That explains a lot.
Yeah, it's the college campus.
Oh, that even explains even more. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Even
Stephen F. Austin.
it's every
campus
single
or
one of
like
these
outside of
electable
it?
people, these quote unquote Republicans. They all live in the same areas. It's like, really? Gee, I wonder why you don't understand the modern electorate, the Republican Party. You live in D+90 districts or whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Although I still like to explain that I don't trust the precinct data is not showing the whole story on college campuses.
Well, no,
That's
I'm
a
not
story for a
denying that.
different
That's
day.
a whole different. Yeah, you go on the tangent. I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it all comes down to the fact that most people don't vote at their college county. I don't. I vote in Comal, Comal, or I think we're in Comal now. And a lot of basically the overwhelming majority of people who vote on campus or like vote in those precincts are people who live in dorms, which are predominantly young people, or like not young people. They're predominantly freshmen and they're predominantly women.
Young people, like freshmen.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like they're predominantly freshmen, and they predominantly, if they live in a dorm, they probably don't have like. Okay, it's kind of hard to explain. I live in an apartment, right? Because I'm more independent. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, he knows where I live. It's quite unfortunate.
He's in
Don't say anything stupid.
He does live in an apartment. I can confirm this.
Yeah, I live in an apartment because but people who live in dorms are a lot of the time like a lot less independent. They're a lot more like, I don't know. It's a lot of stereotyping basically.
Well,
what I'm saying is people who live on campus are fucking weird and they vote for Democrats.
They mostly
but,
transplants also. Like they're not even from the area, anyways.
Not really. No, like
I think a lot of it's also professors.
Professors do, yeah. Well, no, professors don't live on campus. They just live in the area.
Oh, yeah, true.
Let's see. How about we send the evidence of the Texas GOP and local law enforcement so Ryan Crook can be deposed by the Texas Republicans? I think if he wins, they would do something like that. I hope they do.
Devin Armstrong says Brazos County, Texas will flip by 2028. Not that soon, I don't think.
College Station is still voting for Republicans, let alone the entire county.
It's Trump.
I'm sorry, guys. College Station is not liberal. It's like a fucking you don't. No, it's not liberal.
Trends suck there, but it's not flipping yet.
But the thing is, like, it's an overwhelmingly okay. So it's not like the based MAGA conservatism. It's like early 2000s Bush normie conservatism. But everyone likes Trump, obviously, because he's a Republican.
Do what?
The best they're going to get there is like the TPUSA chapter of A&M.
Well, I mean, the thing is like, so like the thing you have to keep in mind is most of the actually based conservative people who go there do not vote on campus. They don't fucking vote in Bryan College Station. They vote in their home counties because they're college students who still live with their parents.
Okay, so all right, I think Chad gets the point that the college campus stuff has always been misleading. That's why when these people say, "Oh well, there's 5 people that voted in this precinct that voted Democrat," that means college students are so Democrat. That's not necessarily true. They just live off campus. All right, should we actually do the stuff that actually matters with Texas? Because the Texas Senate race, we all know how that's going to go. The presidential race, that's just, it's just Trump. So
Texas's 23rd sounds like a good place to go from here.
So the
Trump is making Texas blue MFs when they realize the state declined voting for Trump by point. Well, didn't he go from like 52.1 to 50?
52.2 to 52.1. I have this memorized because I've talked about it before.
I mean, if he's barely went down in first place, he's not going to lose Texas. So
he'll probably get 52%.
None of these candidates, aka Glitch EVs, join the channel. Thank you so much, good sir. So District 23 is definitely one that we're going to watch for. This is Tony Gonzalez's seat. This freaking bozo might actually lose. There's a chance this clown goes down. Now, the big name everyone knows is Brandon Herrera. For those that don't know, he's a YouTuber and...
He's the AK guy.
What?
He's the AK guy.
Yeah, AK guy. Yeah, best way to put it. And his
No,
endorsement.
that's literally his YouTube name.
I know. His endorsements is Kyle Rittenhouse and the National Association for Gun Rights. So you can probably guess what he's running on.
The border, primarily.
I know.
I'm not even kidding. It's not
I
even.
know.
It's not even guns like you'd think. It is literally the border because it has the
originally
longest
was
border
running-
with Mexico in the entire of any district.
He was originally running on guns, but I think he caught the idea that, homie, you're only winning if you actually talk about like the border.
Yeah, which is pretty base.
So, okay.
Stand.
Does Gonzalez have a legitimate shot of losing this? I mean,
Yeah.
Trump hasn't stepped in yet. So, could he lose?
My guess is Trump staying neutral until there's a runoff.
So you guys think there'll be runoff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so. I don't think he reaches
I-
50%.
I think I think Gonzalez barely pulls on without a runoff. Like
The
just
problem
barely.
is, it's so hard to judge this race because there's literally zero polling. Not like there has not been a single poll. Obviously, there's probably internals. I think there's three main candidates. Some random HSI ice guys running.
Yeah, Victor
oh,
Vila.
Yeah, Vila. There's no polling out of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure the internals. I'm sure everybody in that race has their own internals. They know how they're doing. They know how it's probably going to go. But none of that's public. And so trying to guess a primary with minimum data. I mean, even with polls, it's so hard to guess a primary.
You know, I'm just laughing. I'm just chuckling at the Tony Gonzalez endorsement. So Brandon Herrera has Kyle Rittenhouse. Here's the endorsement for Tony Gonzalez. American Israel Public Affairs Committee. National Federation of Independent Businesses. Pro-Israel America. Republican Jewish
Tone.
Coalition.
Hey, Tone, all I'm saying is if the I in IPAC stood for Italy, they wouldn't be able to get away with it.
But it's just like some of these endorsements, it's like the Texas Alliance for Life. Is that even a real thing? I mean, it just keeps going on. It's like, this is his endorsements. It's just a bunch of random organizations.
Mayor of El Paso.
Yeah, the former mayor of El Paso. They had a Republican? Or no, let me
Oh
guess.
yeah. He had a Republican. It was some random guy, and he did so badly that he underperformed Trump in round 1, went to the runoff, and got a lower percentage of the vote than he did in round 1.
What?
Yeah. He botched COVID. He had really poor constituent services. I mean, he was deeply, deeply unpopular, and he was it was
Man,
brutal.
Tony Gonzalez is touting this endorsement. That's a real good sign.
Oh, yeah.
He lost by a landslide, by the way. In
I gotta
2020.
look this up. I gotta look up the results. No way.
He lost by 59 points in 2020.
What the?
Yeah.
And he won by 14 in 2017.
Bro,
Round 1, 42-24. Round 2, 80-20.
Oh, but this is probably the electable guy, right?
This is the electable candidate, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a Republican that won an election in El Paso.
His total votes went down by over, what is that, 60%?
That was a runoff, but yeah.
But still, it's like, how is that even possible? Oh, Orange Man, probably. Surely.
It's Orange Man's fault, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Nikki Haley would have probably won El Paso. I'm saying.
Sure of it, but this is pathetic. 20% when you're the mayor? I don't get it. All right, so back to the House
You know
stuff.
who else doesn't get it? Colin Everett's not getting a Senate seat.
Oh, good lord. So, yeah, it's overall between Brandon Herrera, Victor Avila, and Tony Gonzalez. So, you guys think it's a runoff? I assume that's probably what's going to happen.
Pretty narrowly. I think what's going to happen
I
is I think he's going to get 45%, and then he's probably going to win the runoff by 15 or 20.
Damn.
It's so hard to unseat an incumbent, especially if they're not deeply, deeply unpopular like he is. What's his face? Gonzalez isn't super unpopular or super popular,
There's
but I
definitely
mean,
some unrest with him, though.
there is a little bit of unrest with him, but a lot of it is online. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
most people in the district don't particularly care. They're going to vote for the guy whose name they see. But I don't know. It's still a possibility.
I really hope Herrera wins the memes. I really hope so, but I just don't think he will. Just for the simple fact that, yeah, it's an incumbent, and, I mean, is he running a serious campaign? Is he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yes,
no.
okay.
He is. I follow his account. He does a lot of campaign route. He does a lot of campaign stops.
He
He's
does- he is
fundraising
actually
pretty well.
running- He is actually running a serious campaign.
Okay.
With all things considered.
Hopefully we pull this off, but I don't know. I just think Tony Gonzalez barely holds on for the simple fact that unless Trump gets involved, maybe. I don't know. He will though. Who knows?
Well, I don't think Trump's gonna get involved in a primary with a I guess he's kind of a celebrity candidate in a sense. I think he's just gonna stay out of it.
Yeah, the only way I think is if Gonzalez gets like 40% or something, and like her has a 40 or something. Also, it's something crazy like that happens. I think he might step in. Who knows? Brent Herrera is so based. He is. Hardcore pro-Israel Republicans sometimes look like psychopaths. Well, I mean, yeah. Again, you can be pro-Israel, but some of these people are just nuts when it comes to the issue. They say one thing, they will, like, discredit you completely. It's like, really?
They look like psychopaths.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a YouTuber, so he can get out his messaging pretty good. Well, I guess, but just running good campaigns is all that matters. So, Texas 23, that's one race to watch for. It looks like Gonzalez holds on, but maybe something happens. Maybe Herrera wins somehow.
I give Gonzalez like an 80% chance of winning renomination.
All right, so Texas 26 is the next big one, right? This is the one that was it Granger's? No, this is Brandon Gill. Yeah, this is this guy. Yep. This guy race. Can you just explain what the hell's happening? This is the one race in Texas I know absolutely nothing about. Does anyone know anything about this one?
This one I haven't really been following. You go for it, Tyrone.
What's happening?
Texas 26.
26th.
Which one is that?
Brandon Gill.
Fuck, I don't. I thought 26 was Burgess.
Oh, yeah, it's Burgess. Yeah, Burgess I meant, yeah.
Yeah, no. Like, 26 is Burgess.
Yeah.
Because I know that because he's been representing, wow. English is hard. He's been representing it since 2003.
So, what do you know about this race? Anything
I don't know
at all?
shit. I ain't found shit.
The Texas experts, everyone.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really pay attention to DFW politics.
Great. All I know is Brandon Gill is the guy that's Trump endorsed. Apparently, they're spending a bunch of money against him.
Oh.
So, let's see here. Yeah, I don't think anyone.
Man, I don't really pay attention to congressional races. If you want me to talk about things with confidence, then I'm gonna start fucking talking about the you're gonna need me to start talking about the state house races.
All right, so let's just segue to that because outside of that, I think there's one more with John O'Shea. But so
there's a few other ones. I was thinking of the 2nd district too.
Oh yeah, District 2. That's one that's. I mean, Crenshaw's gonna win that, but I would laugh if he loses like 20 or 30% or something.
Also, I should add, Michael Burgess literally looks like the Holden Blood Feast meme.
I mean, he does. Oh my god, he does. I didn't realize he looked like that. So yeah, I think Gill, he is endorsed by Trump. I know that. Just I don't know who John Huffman is.
Huffman is the mayor of Southlake. That's a big, pretty decent-sized suburb of Dallas.
Because Orange Man. So okay, overall, there's some Texas state congressional races, but really the big one is Texas 23. That's the one that a lot of people are going to watch probably. Also, one with is it O'Shea? Which one is that? That's Granger's Siege, right?
That's 12.
12, yeah. I mean, O'Shea I don't think is going to win. He's not a good fundraiser, and really it seems like everyone's getting behind Goldman. So, is that good or bad?
Karl Rove is a big backer of him, so...
Well, there goes that. All right, so overall, there are a couple of races in the congressional side, but I really want to focus on the Texas House. Because this is the one that, A, you guys know the most about, or at least Tyrone does. And B, this is probably the more important one, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, the Texas congressional, Texas congressmen are overall pretty good. I'd say Texas has like a B tier congressional caucus for the Republicans, but the state house is just way more important. Like that is where that's where all the investment needs to be going. All right, frankly,
just pull this up. Okay, so this is the one that a lot of people are gonna, in my opinion, this is more important. The congressional stuff, yeah, there are a couple races here.
For those who are unaware, the state of Texas has 30 state senators, and actually, hold up, wait.
Like 150.
No. It's 31 state senators and 150 state House members. Little bit of lore. You guys want to know why it's that exact number and has remained that exact number?
Why?
Because there are 150 Psalms and 31 Proverbs in the Bible.
Are you serious?
I'm dead fucking serious. That's why.
Of course. I was gonna guess something like religious, but yeah, it is. So what should we start with on the house side?
Let's start with Dade Phelan.
Dade Phelan.
I always forget what district is he.
First or second? Isn't he like really like?
He's 21st.
21st
state house.
He's he's from fucking Beaumont, which is insane to me. I thought he'd maybe be like.
I don't even think it's Beaumont. It's like Orange.
No, it's not. It's not Beaumont. Yeah, it's like one of the reddest parts of the state. It's fucking Beaumont. It's northeast.
Hold on. I love how Rap pulled this up on stream. You guys look at this too. If you pull up his Wikipedia page, Matthew McDade Phelan is an American real estate developer and Republican member of the Texas House of Representatives for District 1, which includes most of Jefferson and all of Orange and Jasper counties in the southeast corner of the state. He has been Speaker to the Texas House of Representatives since January 2021. He has been censored by the Texas GOP.
He has.
It literally says in his fucking bio on Wikipedia, he has been censored by his state party.
Well, how he handled the PACs and stuff was ridiculous. I mean, not doing a damn thing about it. Suddenly, when Paxton called them out for being drunk on the job, the evidence appeared out of thin air.
I'll say, me whenever I fabricate an impeachment because I showed up to work drunk one time and they got mad at me for it.
Oh, man. None of these candidates are 5. I live in Texas State House District 1, so vote Dale Hulse or Chris Spencer.
I live in...
I don't get it. Okay, listen, I can't operate a forklift under the influence, but that guy can show up to work and do that shit? That's bullshit.
1984.
1984?
Yeah, the fucking OSHA regulations are bullshit, all right?
So, okay, obviously everyone knows Dade Phelan. I hope this guy goes down. He is absolutely garbage. Tyrone, go on the rant about what he does with committee positions for a second.
Oh, boy. I am so happy you asked me, brother. So, basically, for those who are completely unaware, Dade Phelan is one of those... So Dade Phelan and his gaggle of goons in the Texas House of Representatives, holy shit, my accent came out. More or less, they allow Democrats to become committee members and even hold some committees. Like for a while, the Democrats held the committee for the state legislative education committee. You know, when we're talking about getting rid of DEI bullshit and wokeness out of schools. Like Dade Phelan's letting Democrats run the education committee. He's basically enabling a bunch of stuff like that. And for those who are also unaware, he takes about $2.3 million a year from child sex change clinics.
Bro.
He is a massive liberal, and he takes a lot of money from liberal entities and organizations. And when people call him out on it, he appeals. It's like, oh, bro, I'm from Beaumont. We do like bipartisanship and stuff there, man. Like, oh, we need to be bipartisan and respectable Republicans and let our Democrat friends be involved because, you know, we can't govern the great state of Texas without letting the Democrats be involved on all this, which is basically his way of saying he takes Democrat money, and as a result, what he lets them do is essentially run certain things in the state the way that they want it to. You know, if this were like 2000 and the Texas Democrats were still like a blue dog entity, I wouldn't be that terribly upset. But this is the year 2020 plus 4 years after Biden.
That's the thing. It's fucking hilarious to me because we know for a fact that if Texas Democrats ever take over the state house, that whole like bipartisan committee thing is going away the very day they get sworn in. They are not allowing that. When some random inner city fucking socialist from Austin takes over the state speakership in like 10 or 15 years, you know damn well Republicans are not going to get a single committee chair.
Oh yeah.
So this whole de-arming bullshit so you can like appeal to these people is not going to work because they're going to forget about it.
This happens every time. It's Republicans, they do all this crap for Dems, but the second they take over, Dems just expel you if you do anything. So it's like, yeah, that's...
Well, I mean, yeah, no, like, that's the thing. He allows Democrats to have a disproportionate amount of power in the Texas House, and he and his group of very liberal House Republicans who, by the way, worked with Democrats to vote to impeach Ken Paxton, which is why all this shit's happening to begin with.
Didn't this really start with the
They-
school voucher stuff also?
Oh yes, it did start with the school voucher stuff, but like the shitstorm really started happening once Ken Paxton, like Ye said, called Falant out for being drunk Dade, as we like to call him down
Drunk
in
Dade.
Yeah, drunk Dade. And then Dade was like, "Fuck you. I'm gonna come up with shit. I'm gonna bribe some of your staffers, and we're gonna fabricate evidence
Did he
against
bribe
you."
staffers?
Allegedly.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with the whole situation, how pathetic it was, but I mean, I just don't get why we keep getting these garbage speakers in these state legislators. Outside the guy in North Carolina and Voss in Wisconsin, is there a single good speaker anywhere in any of these state legislators? Is there one?
I don't know.
You got
What I
two.
do know is that essentially there is a guy who is running against Falan with the endorsement, like with the explicit endorsement of Trump, and it looks like Dade Falan might lose that. The couple state senators who voted to impeach Paxton, like we don't need, like, they're getting primaries that are endorsed by, so for those who are unaware, Paxton and Miller have got this rhino hunting initiative where they basically filter as much money into primary candidates against people who voted to remove Paxton or people who are like generally like very liberal in the state house and vote against, like, Texas would have banned pornography by now if Dade Falan wasn't the house, like Speaker of the House, and I mean that dead seriously. Like, imagine if the second biggest state in the union banned pornography.
That would be epic.
It almost happened a couple years ago, but thanks, Falan, we don't get that. So Trump, moment.
Did he just that?
I think he got called to do something.
Bro. So, okay, Dave Falan, I think everyone hates the guy. Is there a single person that likes this guy?
People who have Paxton derangement syndrome, yeah, like
Well,
they're
just
negatively polarized to like him.
You don't have to like Paxton, but what Falan did to Paxton's absurd. I mean, fabricate evidence, make stuff up after you get called for being drunk? I don't get it.
Yeah, no. Basically, the name of the game in Texas in 2024 is primarying as many of Falan's buddies as possible, because once we have an actually conservative state house, that's when the great state of Texas will be able to get going with a bunch of their stuff.
So, okay, outside of Flancy, that's going to be the biggest one to watch for. If we get rid of that guy, hey, big win.
David Covey's Trump's pick, by the way. David Covey is the
I know David Covey was the pick.
Yeah, there's a reason that constitutional carry took so long to actually be implemented, because
that up too.
He was part of that, I think. Like, Texas for the last 5 or 6 years, Republicans have been introducing the bill for constitutional carry, and I think it was either Dan Patrick or Dave Falan. One of them was blocking it for the longest time.
It was Falan.
It was probably Falan, because I know Patrick's pretty good, actually.
So, okay.
Yeah, no. We need to keep in mind. It was, so basically, for those who are unaware, in 2018, a bill came forth on the Texas Senate floor, and that passed in the House and Senate. That would have banned gender-neutral bathrooms and enforced birth-sex bathrooms, and Abbott threatened to veto it because of his corporate interests. And Dan Patrick was the one who said, "No, Greg, we're passing this. I'm sorry. Hate it or love it or hate it, we're doing this."
None of these candidates for two. Could y'all talk about Texas first? I honestly don't know enough. Do you guys know anything about that one?
Congressional district or
The
House
House,
district?
State House. It's it's Gary Van Dever. Whoever the hell this guy is.
This guy voted to impeach Paxton, and
so there's two candidates
against him.
So there's Chris Spencer and Dale Hulse. I honestly don't know enough about this race. What do you guys know about it, if anything? Just vote against Gary Van Dever.
Yeah, vote against that guy, please.
Stephen Howard for 5. Curious what you think Trump's margin of Texas would be to win the popular vote. Obviously, there are a ton of voters there, so like plus 12. I would say probably plus 9 or 10 if he's doing that much better in New York and California.
To win the popular vote, and overall, probably 10 points.
Because at that point, if he's doing so much better in California and New York, just getting the Trump plus 10 would be enough, I think.
Yeah, he'd have to win it by around double digits. Yeah,
All right,
maybe
so
a little bit
what's
less.
the other state legislative seats you want to talk about?
State District 118 is pretty important.
118? I think I
Yeah,
know
State
this
District
one.
118. I mentioned this earlier to you.
118, it's just one guy.
Yeah.
It's Jean Lejeune. Lejeune. You sure that's the right one?
Layden, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Basically, for those who are unaware, he was the former Bayer County Sheriff, and
Which is San Antonio,
managed,
for those who don't know.
yeah, that's San Antonio County. He managed to pull off a surprise victory, and ever since then has more or less he won the district by 4 points in 2022, and they said the partisan rating is literally dead even, 50-50 in terms of party registration. Democrats are eyeing that one up real good.
He's basically the Texas Mike Garcia.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he's basically
is he
the Mike
bad or
Garcia.
no?
No, he's pretty good.
Okay,
He
so
did not vote
he is
to
Mike
impeach
Garcia.
Patton.
Okay. So he did not vote to impeach. So this guy's kind of like the bellwether, I guess you could say, kind of.
I suppose.
I mean, it's way to the left of the state.
Okay, so if like Republicans win this by like 15 or something crazy, it's probably a good night.
Some bullshit. Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, depends. I'm pretty sure Abbott lost this district, if I remember correctly. Let me check.
He did. He didn't lose it by much, but he did lose it.
I want to say it was. I want to say it was Beto under 50%. Yeah, he did, and it was under 50.
Let's see here. Hey, Rapid Friends, would you be surprised if Nikki Haley endorsed Filane for re-election? I mean, I won't be surprised, but I doubt she does that. It's like a waste of time at that point.
Well, I mean, the
that would
whole
actually
point
hurt
of her is
Filane, probably.
the whole point of her is just to piss off Trump. So I mean,
Yeah.
probably she might actually do it.
Well, no, that would just hurt Filane when you think about it.
Yeah, but she's running to say she had her own ego and attack Trump, so I don't
True.
really think she gives a shit. I think she thinks that her voice is actually respected and wanted in the political community.
Only half her voters are actually Republicans, so it's like it's not really going to change much, I doubt, but who knows?
We'll look over some other districts here. So 112, I'm pretty close to. I've seen nothing but Angie Chen button signs, so this is another Paxton impeacher. Not feeling good about her going down, so...
Yeah, to be clear, not every single impeacher is going to go down, but the main goal is take out like half.
The main
of them.
goal is to take out as many as possible.
Yeah.
That is the
Another one is the 31st, Justin Holland impeached Paxton, and he's got two opponents. Katrina Pearson is the one I'm supporting, but Trump has not made an endorsement and probably will not make one. Not sure why, but probably bad polling. But
no, there goes yay.
Well, F's in chat for yay. I Moon has become a member of the channel. Thank you so much, good sir. But yeah, I think that it just okay. How many impeachers were there on the Republican side again? It was like 20 something.
Let me check here.
I'm pretty sure it's like 20.
I don't even have a 60.
What?
60.
Republicans.
Yeah,
60 Republicans.
that checks out.
61 Democrats.
I forgot how bad that was. Oh my!
Yeah, it was
God.
121 to 23. It was bad.
I forgot that was that much. Holy!
He's basically hated by almost like 90% of the legislature.
Bro, I'm just baffled at how many could vote to impeach Paxton like that.
They're probably only getting less than 10 out of there at best.
Even 10. Well, how many has retired so far?
I don't remember.
Didn't a bunch of them just retire anyways?
I don't think so. A lot of it's just principled conservatism.
Principled conservatism.
I mean, this is a Reagan state. This is one of those in Reagan we trust states.
In Reagan we trust. I hate people like that. Why? So okay, is there any other like state house seats that we could see something happen in? Like,
I mean, really, you just need to. I mean, like, I don't have the numbers, obviously, but you just need to, in general, just keep an eye out for literally anything that happened with the land impeachers.
Let's see here. Let's see. This bozo named Frederick Frazier voted for impeachment. Has endorsed by Paxton endorsed Chuck Branch. Jeff Leach support impeachment.
Oh yeah, no. Jeff Leach is another like really bad one that needs to go.
Like how bad are we talking?
He's like
He's
the most
I think he's
liberal
like the Kissinger of the party.
Yeah, he
Bro.
is the most liberal House Republican.
And let me
The
guess.
problem is he's in a liberal suburb, so
Oh, well,
you get rid of
that.
him, it's probably an auto flip the Democrats. Because this is like Richard Plano.
People are looking at, say 108. Morgan Mayer. Incumbent Republican Morgan Mayer is running for re-election. He's been targeted for a primary challenge due to support of the impeachment. The challenger also been endorsed by Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, but Mayer has been endorsed by Governor Greg Abbott due to his support for state voucher legislation. Due to the district's modern nature, located in Park Cities and North Dallas suburbs, Democrats see the district as a possible pickup opportunity if Mayer were to lose the primary. Is that true? Or is that just Wiki being the Wikipedia?
Wiki.
I mean, Park Cities is... These are like your Adam Kinzinger Republicans.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like when they say like it's a moderate region, it's like, what do you mean by that? Because it's like, okay, which moderate are we talking about? So it actually is like the Kinzinger types.
Yeah, basically liberal
I mean,
Republican.
this is rich suburbs. Like, everyone that lives there is a millionaire. Or higher.
That explains why they're all, where all the impeachers are. They're all like wealthy suburbs. They all suck. I mean, is there a single good impeacher, like, at all?
No.
Like, are they all this bad? Like, did they have one bad vote?
Pretty much.
Is
There are more
Reagan
bad
each-
Republicans who voted to keep Paxton than there are good Republicans who voted to impeach Paxton, because there are no good Republicans who voted to impeach
That is
Paxton.
just pathetic. I mean, you're telling me you have how many House seats right now in the majority? Barely a majority, I should say, 86? You're telling me that only like 10 of them are good? If that?
There are 86 Republicans in the House.
Yeah. It's
All right,
23
here's
voted
another-
against impeachment.
Here's another seat to watch. District 2. Oh, wait, you already have it pulled up. I'm talking about the regular election here. Something to note here, the Democratic primary in the 2nd district is unopposed. So that means all the Democrats are going to be flocking over to the Republican primary.
I freaking hate this crap. And they say, oh, she alleged the Democrats voted. How much do you really think Democrats didn't vote? They do. Like, right here.
Oh, yeah,
Looks
Money
like-
has the Trump endorsement now.
Money probably would have won if it was for Democrats. If I'm looking at this right. Yeah, I mean, he got, what is that, 31%. Jill Dunn got 25, barely made the runoff.
I guess what could be the saving grace here is you still have the Senate primary, but I doubt it's going to change much.
Texas 121 is interesting. Texas 121, which one is that? That is a Steve Allison. Who the hell is Steve Allison?
Great question.
What?
He is against school choice.
Why? Why? Just why? What is up with Texas Republicans being against school choice?
I think it's the public schools has a pretty massive grip on the government.
Oh my. So overall, okay. Well, let's just segue. Okay, is there any other state legislative seats that matter for the tomorrow? Like the big ones, the main ones, or do we go over the main ones basically?
We more or less went over the main ones.
Pretty much.
Man, I just,
Oh wait, 128's a big one here. This is actually in a right trending part of Texas, Houston. I should.
One of my actually my state, my house district's kind of interesting because so basically, like, as I mentioned, there are 86 members of the 86 Republican members of the Texas House. My representative, Stan Gerdes, was ranked by the Texas Tribune as the 34th most liberal Republican. So he's like on the liberal end of the Texas Republican House members, and he voted to impeach Paxton. The issue is that he's not endorsed by Trump, but he worked with Trump, or he worked for Trump under Perry when Perry was the energy secretary, and he's basically de facto Trump endorsed. Like, he's got a picture of him and Abbott and him and Trump like smiling and whatnot all together, and he's like a massive rhino. He over like 90% of his money comes from a bunch of like centrist Republican groups in Austin. And his opponent, Tom Glass, who's a former
Tom
Exxon,
Glass.
Tom Glass, he's a former Exxon Mobil executive. He just registered as a Republican in 2022 and voted as a Republican for the first time in 2022. Before then, he ran as a Libertarian in Houston, and he unsuccessfully sought the Libertarian nomination to be Lieutenant Governor in 2014. So on the one hand, you have this like pseudo endorsed by Trump, explicitly endorsed by Abbott, like liberal conservative, who talks about energy. And I will say he has a pretty good track record on the border, but that's fucking every Texas Republican outside like Jeff Leach, who's just a massive fucking shit stain crisis baby.
Is that bad?
Yeah, and then you have Tom Cruise, or not Tom Cruise. You have Tom Cruise.
Tom
You
Cruise?
have Tom Glass, who's like
Tom
this.
Cruise.
He's a fucking libertarian on everything but the border, but he's got the endorsement of Paxton and Miller.
Bro, so
And the
okay.
local police don't like him because he's a libertarian. So it's going to be fun watching what happens in my house district.
I really hope all these guys go down because I just cannot believe they're this bad. And then you have freaking Wisconsin Republicans, outside of like 5 of them being schizophrenics, they're all pretty good. I just don't get what's wrong with the Texas GOP.
You know what's wrong with the Texas GOP?
What?
Bush.
Fair enough. But just like, how can Wisconsin Republicans have basically a perfect caucus outside of some of those nut jobs around Waukesha? Not like Voss for them, but there's certain.
I mean, the thing is,
insane
I mean,
ones.
like the thing is with the Texas House Republicans, it's less so they're bad on the issues and more so,
they're incompetent.
They're just fucking incompetent idiots, and the few bad because I doubt Wisconsin has 150 members of their state house.
It's 100 and it's 99 actually.
Yeah, so like when you have 150 state house members, you're bound to have a lot of bad apples. Like overall, there's a lot of good Texas House representatives. It's just that a bunch of there are people who do have solid voting records. It's just that I don't consider them good Republicans because they voted with the land to impeach Paxton. And God bless Nate Patrick and the state Senate for saving Paxton.
Well, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, swing state like North Carolina or Wisconsin, their state legislators are basically perfect. They're not really any bad ones. But just to get more Republican states, it just seems like the state legislators get worse. I never understood that. These deep red areas, they are worthless most of the time. But the swings areas like Wisconsin and North Carolina, they have some of the best GOPs in the country. It just baffles me. Is it because of
I have a hypothesis.
Complacency?
That, and when you don't have to deal with Democrats, you're not going to be as crazy. When you have to deal with Democrats, you are going to be as crazy.
Fair enough. I mean, the Wisconsin Dems are not. I would say they're the most insane in the country, my opinion. I mean, they.
Okay, so District 128. So a comment here is Briscoe Kane, and I think he did impeach Paxton. Briscoe Kane's had some based moments, I think, in the legislature and on Twitter. But
actually, you know what? I will say Briscoe Kane is the sole reason that the heartbeat bill was passed in the state of Texas. So no, there is a good one who voted to impeach Paxton.
Okay,
but,
so there's one.
And then he tweeted something at Beto that caused him to get suspended for about half a year.
He was also a part of Trump's 2020 lawsuit team. So
I mean, there seems to be some good ones, but there's just so much dog shit here.
I think this is like a Chip Roy type that's more pro-Trump.
Okay.
I will say another really interesting, like one of the things you could have seen as a bellwether with the Texas House representatives is what happened with Slayton earlier last year.
What with the Slayton? What?
So there was a member of the what's his fucking first name? Brian Sladen. He was a Republican from Royce City. Remember when I said Texas House Republicans like to get drunk?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about, right, man?
I know he did something sussy.
Bro,
He got
what?
drunk and knocked up a 19-year-old staffer. He's in his
Bro.
60s.
What?
He was a really good, like, he was one of the most right wing and, like, actually really good. Okay, never mind, he's 46. He was, like, really one of the really, really fucking good members.
And
But
he did
then,
that.
and then he went and knocked up a staffer, and then the House voted unanimously to expel him.
Absolutely worthless. When you say schizo Wisconsin Republican, Waukesha Republicans, do you mean like Janelle Branchett? Yeah. Branchett.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
she's
basically
nuts.
he basically like he got the 19-year-old staffer drunk and then he raped her and got her pregnant.
What the?
Ooh.
That's what happened? It wasn't
Yeah,
like
he-
they
I-
both got drunk and didn't know what was happening. They actually. Oh my god.
I should mention he's a pastor.
It's.
Oh,
I can make a joke with evangelicals right now, but I'm not. I don't want to piss off a lot of people.
oh, by the way, this is the same seat that Money and Dutton are running in.
I mean, good lord.
That's why they had a special election because that's like blatant.
He's done some really based stuff. Like he introduced a bill that would have made abortion a criminal act, and women and physicians who got abortions or gave them would get the death penalty.
Oh, it's maybe too.
No exceptions for rape or incest or ectopic pregnancies.
Okay, that's way too far. My god. Bro, are you sure that's a good idea? I think that's too far. And I'm pro-life. I just think that's maybe a tad bit too
He also
much.
introduced, shortly before he was expelled, he introduced a bill that would have made it, it would have made it impossible for Democrats to be chair committee heads as long as they were the minority in the state house.
Which that should be the case. There's no. If you're in the minority, you should not get a single position, in my opinion.
Yeah. My favorite thing that he did that people should like Texas members should like pick up again. He introduced a bill that died in committee, unfortunately, but basically, this was like 2 weeks before he got impeached. It would have given a tax credit for married residents of Texas that would increase as the number of children increase. Basically, for each child you have, you get a 10% tax cut. And he outright said, "Yeah, if you have 10 kids, you get like you don't pay taxes. If you have 10 children, you are exempted from paying taxes in the state of Texas."
So why did it die? Was it because of socialism or something?
Socialism.
Basically.
I hate that. You know, you can be more conservative with economic stuff, but if you're not going to do a damn thing about these corporate tax breaks, why the hell shouldn't families get tax breaks for having kids?
Yeah, you missed it. We just finished talking about Brian Slayton.
I remember now
word,
you guys. I remember this guy. Hearing about him now.
Remember I told you about it. It was like, hey, Rap, this dude just got like unanimously impeached in the House because he knocked up a 19-year-old staffer.
Man,
That's never a good idea, honestly.
that's not good.
Me when the youth pastor from East Texas knocks up a 19-year-old after getting her
The
drunk
youth-
and raping her.
He was a youth pastor.
Oh, jeez.
East Texas activities, ladies and gentlemen.
It's East Texas.
I'm an East Texas native. It's
I was
fun.
gonna say,
by the
I was in
way,
East Texas for a bit. I can say that.
I should also
Um,
mention.
And no
All
chat.
right.
Now people are gonna bring up the Catholic stuff. Oh, good lord.
No, go
Oh, wait,
away,
RIP,
go away,
Brian.
aliens. This is a Texans only stream. Get
Texans
out of here,
only stream.
Californian.
Get
Get
outta
out of here,
here.
California. Get up, Cali Cuck.
Cali
Get out, Cali Cuck.
Oh man. What do you guys talk about? So this Brian Slayton guy, he knocked up a 19-year-old.
This was over this happened over a year ago. So
Yeah, this was the
Oh,
wasn't this the
I
special
got
election
another
that just got filled like a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah, and the
Let's
really
go-
bad candidate
I want
won.
to go over a couple of Democrat primaries here. In the not in the Texas House, I mean U.S. House in Texas. Let's start with
Brandon Lum for 5. Hey guys, fellow Republican from Wisconsin. On an unrelated note, New York just released their congressional map, and of course it favors Dems. Well, barely. It barely changed outside of
It
Williams.
was actually an upgrade.
All
but
it did
anyways.
was sacrifice Williams,
Who
and
freaking
it
cares?
actually made one of the Long Island districts from a Biden district to a Trump district.
Yeah,
so
I
good
really
job,
don't
guys.
care. I mean, it could have been a
It
lot
was
worse.
pretty much. So getting rid of, listen, Williams was going to lose anyways because he only won by 1 point, and he fucking sucks. So like, that's a perfectly reasonable change to make. Nothing ever happens. Like legitimately.
Okay.
Guys,
What?
guys,
Hold on.
did you guys just see what Trump said at Eagle Pass?
What?
Joe Biden will never say Laken Riley's name, but we will say it and we will remember. We're not going to forget her.
Thank you. That should be a rallying cry for this election, I think. That whole
He
situation.
also said that he removed the crooked from Hillary because she's no longer relevant in American politics.
But yeah,
Like,
so
That is true.
I don't really like. It's kind of like Republicans just have to do this right because like there is no better winning message than vote for us or Democrat voters are going to continue to kill and rape your daughters because that's what's fucking happening with these
yeah, I
legal
mean,
voters.
for those,
Why do I
okay,
become a Democrat?
one of you guys could probably explain the Lake and Riley situation better than me. I'm not, because if I say something, I would probably die. But
I will say,
essentially-
I will just say it in a way that gets the point across. An illegal alien who crossed over during Biden's term killed a college student when he shouldn't have even been here in the first place.
and the Biden administration did nothing. So
The Biden admin let him in, gave him the paperwork, let him do anything. He had an active warrant out for his arrest at the time.
I didn't know that part.
Yes, he had an active warrant for. Shit. Let me go find it.
Wasn't it?
Oh, by the way, Athens, Georgia is a sanctuary city, so they legally.
Oh yeah, it's a sanctuary city,
I
and
did hear
also
that.
the mayor of Athens literally blamed Trump and like Republicans
I
for
remember
for the rhetoric
Those
against
people are
illegals
pissed off
that
at the
caused
mayor.
that
You
situation.
guys see that video? They were just booing the guy. I mean, it's like these. He was a Democrat. It's like you're blaming Trump when it was a sanctuary city, and you're blaming Trump for it. That should be the rallying cry for this election cycle. Either vote for the Trump or vote for that.
Vote for the Trump.
Vote for the Trump.
Don't vote for Trump. Vote for the Trump.
The
Yeah,
Trump.
vote for Trump or illegal aliens will literally kill your family. That's literally what this election's about. If you do not vote for Trump, they will kill your
And-
family.
I'm trying to tell
Vote for
people.
Trump, or they will kill your. Or vote for Trump, or the illegal aliens will come over and rape your children who have been forcibly sex changed by the state.
Yeah, and now
If
you.
that is what the election is, your daughters will become sons, your sons will become daughters, and illegal aliens will use their ungodly holes.
And these people on Twitter saying, "Well, we've been better off if Trump lost." No, you know what's going to happen in 4 years? What do you think's happening with Biden not having to worry about re-election or God knows who?
You know
What do
what,
you
my
think's gonna
biggest
happen?
concern? You know what my biggest concern about the election is, right?
What?
What the fuck is Biden going to do with presidential pardons after Trump wins?
Yeah,
They
I
have
mean,
2 months to do literally. They have 2
They are
months to
gonna
do
do
literally anything.
well, I think the Supreme Court might, if something crazy happens, they might step in and say, "Okay, at some point you can't just like order the execution of someone and then pardon them." You know, it's I don't know.
Execute liberals, bottom text.
But yeah, I think that the Lake and Riley situation that should be the message in this cycle because and now people are saying, well, Trump should lose so we have a better chance in the future. There is no tomorrow if we lose this election. You think it's bad now? At this point in time, what do you think's going to happen in 4 years with Biden?
Democracy is on the ballot. If
It basically
and,
is.
and if Trump loses, we're going to lose that democracy.
And these people want Trump to lose. They say, oh, well, we have a better chance of winning. No, they just hate Trump. That's what it comes down to. So.
All right, I will be
Never
leaving again.
am I-
Goodbye.
No,
we
where the
lost real
fuck are you fucking manlet?
You manlet.
Okay.
But-
I was
I
going to
just call
discuss a
that.
couple
He's
Democrat
5'6".
primaries, by the way.
5'6". But yeah, I'm just hoping
Okay.
that Trump pulls it off because I mean I can't stomach any more of these killings like this. I mean, how many is going to happen if we
The
continue
killings
like
will
this?
continue until Donald Trump becomes president.
All right, so what do you guys say, Texan politics?
There's a couple Democratic primaries I wanted to discuss. 2 of them. District 7, we have Lizzie Fletcher, who's up against a socialist who
No way,
recently
he done.
Pervez
Wait, which seat? What? Which district?
District 7. This is U.S.
State-
House, not
U.S.
state.
House. Okay, yeah. Oh, I
This
think
is
I heard about this
Lizzie
one.
Fletcher. Lizzie Fletcher against Pervez Agwan, the socialist who got alleged sexual assault,
No way would
sexual
be done
harassment.
in Texas.
What? Wait, what did you say?
No way, Livy done in Texas for real.
Oh no. I just looked at something. Oh, we got some bad news, everyone.
Big news.
Out of Delaware. Sarah McBride is now the favorite to become the next congressman. No.
I mean,
This is the tranny.
I gotta follow YouTube rules so we don't get banned.
So,
But,
apparently yeah, so the Colin Davis, who was the state treasurer, she was our best chance of stopping the transgender, whatever you want to call it. She dropped out today. And now we're probably gonna get stuck with Sarah McBride, a transgender Democrat.
What state is this?
Delaware.
Delaware. I'm
Bro.
just gonna say this.
But Delaware
McBride was
is in
going,
Texas, so I don't care.
McBride was going to win from the beginning, just because. Sorry, I gotta follow rules. She is trans.
Yeah. I don't know. I just cannot believe that. And no Republicans are running, so we can't really do anything about it. Like, just run some, like, moderate or something.
But I think there was a Republican running. It's like the former nominee for lieutenant governor, but it's nothing. We're getting to transgender in Congress.
Obviously, we should have run Lauren Witzk.
No, God.
Anyways, back to the House race I was discussing. So yeah, Pervez Agwan, that's the socialist. Yeah, so he had there was some sexual harassment allegations that surfaced against him. So he got his endorsement withdrawn from the Houston DSA.
Bruh. So is there, like, Pervez is the progressive, right?
Yeah. Lizzie Fletcher's the incumbent, so I mean she was gonna win from the beginning. This is not a progressive seat.
Yeah, this isn't Houston, right?
I think yes, it's Houston.
Okay.
It's Southwest Houston. But I mean Agwan, I think a lot of his donations were from outside of Houston. So and then let's see the other Democratic primary. This is probably the bigger one, and that's the 18th with Sheila Jackson Lee.
Oh yeah, Jackson Lee has a challenger for once. She
Well,
can't fundraise. Holy crap.
Well, the challenger technically came first because Sheila was running for mayor, and then she lost, and then she ran again. She ran for re-election at the last second.
Quite cringe, by the way.
Oh, you're back. Thank you.
Yeah, I am back temporarily.
Yeah, so we were talking
By the way,
about Sarah McBride to be the next congressman of Delaware.
Do what?
The transgenders gonna win Delaware.
Yeah, I would say the most likely outcome, that individual will become the next representative. Although they do tend to underperform very, very, like, okay, let me put this into words.
There's not a Republican in that race.
Is there not?
There's one,
No.
but it's like some nobody.
Some nobody. Sounds about right. Yeah. Those candidates, transgender candidates, always underperform, like, hilariously. Like, they underperform by the same amount that, like, people like fucking Roy Moore did, or was it Roy? Yeah, Roy Moore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them almost lost like a Biden plus 25 seat in Prince Williams County.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
The one of them, and the one that ran against Phil Scott and fucking imploded, like, did pretty bad in 2018.
That was like 12% or something crazy like that.
And then one of them ran against Mike Lee in 2016 and got completely, like, almost as bad as Obama did in 2012.
All right. So Texan, what are you talking about? The Sheila Jackson Lee, I know that she might lose.
I think just because of incumbency, she's going to survive barely. I mean, this is a black seed. Blacks always vote for
me when I kill my staffers for calling me a fat black woman.
So true. And by the way, the staffer actually did die. I think it was suicide or something. I don't know what it was. Or I think it was an overdose.
I can make a joke.
Sorry.
Average Houston resident.
So Amanda Edwards was endorsed by Beto, but this was before Sheila entered, so probably doesn't matter much anymore. Isaiah Martin, this was a Gen Z guy. He was basically the protege of Olivia Giuliana, that fat abortion activist that's like 20 years old. So he ran basically as her protege since he's old enough to run, and then right when Sheila re-entered the race, he dropped out and endorsed her. He was basically like an establishment Democrat shill.
Okay, so is there any other races? I don't think there. From everything I know, I don't think there is. Chat, if you guys have any more questions, concerns, super chats.
I would like to mention one race, but it's not until 2026.
What?
Oh, Senate.
Say that again, Tex.
Senate. Oh, what? Real quick first, I did
Yeah.
find a poll on the 18th primary. It's
Sheila
Sheila
Jackson's
Jackson
barely ahead.
Barely ahead. It could go to a runoff, but
Which would be funny, but
Sheila will probably win the runoff if that's the case. It's just because she's the incumbent.
All right, so if anyone got more super chats and more questions, concerns, begin sending them now. Last calls beginning. But what's the other race we're talking about, Tyrone? Tyrone? Oh, hello? Yep. We lost him.
34th GOP primary. Myra Ford is going to win that. So,
yeah,
I think he wanted to talk about the Senate race.
Yeah, so that's going to be one where it's all but guaranteed Paxton probably runs. Everything I know of. Is that right?
I think Paxton's trying to stay until he dies.
I mean, Cornyn?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Cornyn. My bad.
I think that Paxton runs, though. I really have this feeling he's going to go for it.
I think he will. I said this in a chat, but I think if Trump does not pick Ken Paxton as his attorney general, I think it's because he wants him to run for Senate.
Yeah, I think Cornyn, I mean, I just doubt they're going to even go with him. I mean, the potential candidates, Eric Johnson, mayor of Dallas, bro. That's the guy that flipped, right?
Yeah, that was the former Democrat. He became a Republican because of crime, but I don't think he's really that conservative outside of crime.
So yeah, it looks like it's between Ken Paxton and John Cornyn.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, my dad.
So you want to talk
about what are we talking about now?
2026 Senate race in Texas.
Yeah, Cornyn's already taking pot shots at Paxton because word on the street is that Paxton's planning to run against Cornyn, and it looks like Angela Paxton's going to run for governor. So husband to wife are going to be running.
That I did not know.
Really?
It looks like Angela Paxton's going to run for governor, or she's going to run for attorney general.
That would be absolutely epic.
I'd be fine with her in either position, maybe attorney general.
I'd prefer her an attorney general because I've made it clear before who I support for governor.
I mean, I still like Alex Miller, but
I think Troy Nels would be pretty good for governor.
All right. If anyone got any more super chats, more questions, concerns, begin sending them now. I hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. So this was kind of a different one. I wanted to do a stream just on Texas because you can tell there's a lot. The future Texas is potentially here. So just vote against every impeacher. What?
Chip Roy's in that poll. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, Chip Roy's not going to run. He's nuts. But
he might run. Trump is going to absolutely go scorched earth on him.
He just won't keep his mouth shut. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. Does he think that people love what he's saying?
I don't think he gives a fuck.
Braden Lum for 5. Tony Gonzalez in Texas 23rd does a very prominent primary challenger that is very pro Second Amendment. His name is
we literally went over this at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
We scroll back.
Yeah, so Texas 23, that's going to be Brandon Herrera. I support him. I think he can win. We kind of assume that Gonzalez wins that one. So, you doing a video on North Carolina? I think I'm going to do maybe this week in a California stream. I don't know. But anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support's greatly appreciated, and yeah. We'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever. By the way, where do we find you guys on Twitter these days? Except Tyrone, which... I mean,
guys, parenthesis, just real quick. Yeah, he is at RW Populism. I'll shout him out for him.
Yep, Real Texan.
First off, let me answer Charlie Howard. There is a video from Elect Right on North Carolina if you want to check that out.
Yeah, that'd be best.
But my Twitter is at RealTXPolitics.
Yeah, so the North Carolina stuff I might do a video on the governorship. It's just the problem with the House stuff is I really don't got the North Carolina expert. I got Texas experts, and I got that's about it. I mean, I got Connecticut.
Again, there's the electrolyte video, so
Yeah, but yeah, Godspeed.